right, Elijah, I want you to watch this video and get help with 3 questions. And I want you to send me your answers to those 3 questions, and then you can move on to the next unit and I'll adjust your test grade. So here, question 2. It says if the measure of angle 2, which is right here, is 40 degrees, what is the measure of angle 1, which is right here? So what do we notice about angle 2 and angle 1? Do you see that they form a straight line? A straight line is equal to 180 degrees total. So the green angle plus the yellow angle equals 180 degrees. So what number plus 40 equals 180 degrees? Well, let's look at an example and try to figure this out. If my green angle is 110 degrees and I don't know my yellow angle, in my example, these 2 angles also form a straight line. So that means the green angle plus the yellow angle adds up to 180 degrees. So how can I figure out that yellow angle? Well, I'm going to take 180 degrees and I'm going to subtract the angle measure I do know and see what's left. And I see that 70 degrees is left. So that means my yellow angle is 70 degrees. 110 plus 70 is 180. So that makes sense. So again, what is your yellow angle here? What number plus 40 equals 180? Write that down and send it to me. This is question 7. This has to deal with vertical angles. If you ever have 2 intersecting lines, the angles across from each other, like this yellow angle and this yellow angle, are vertical angles. They're actually congruent. So if one of these yellow angles is 30 degrees, the other yellow angle directly across from it is also 30 degrees. And then this green angle and this green angle, these are across from each other. They are vertical angles and they are congruent. So this question is asking, which of the following are vertical angles? Select all that apply. So when you give me your answer to this one, there might be more than one answer. There might be 3 or 4 answers here. Which of these A, B, C, D options are vertical angles? So let me highlight what angles they are referring to. For A, when it says angle DAC, you connect the dots from D to A to C, this angle right here. And then BAE is from B to A to E, this angle here. Are these vertical angles? If so, that's one of the answers. For option B, it's saying from D to A to B, this angle right here. And then C to A to E, this angle right here. Are these vertical angles? If so, this is also one of the answers. For option C, it says from D to A to B, this angle right here. And then from C to A to D, this angle right here. Are these 2 vertical angles? If so, then C is one of the answers also. And then lastly, D. D is saying angle D from D to A to C. You're just connecting the dots in that order. Is that congruent to angle from D to A to B? Are these 2 vertical angles? If so, D is also the answer. So again, select all that apply and send me your answer to question 7. All right, and lastly, this is question 8. It wants to know what is the relationship between angle 1 and angle 2. So angle 1 is right here, and angle 2 is right here. So what is the relationship? Select all that apply. Again, when you give me your answer, tell me if the answer is A, B, C, D. And it could be more than one answer. So let's talk about adjacent angles. Option A. What are adjacent angles? Adjacent angles are just angles that are next to each other. So if I have angle 1, 2, and 3 here, angle 1 and 2 are next to each other. They share a side. You see, they're smushed up against each other. Where angle 1 and 3 are not adjacent. They are not smushed up next to each other. There's that angle 2 in between. They don't share a common side. So adjacent means right next to each other. They share a common side. Remember, vertical angles are angles that are across from each other when you have two intersecting lines. So in this example, these two purple angles are vertical angles. Supplementary angles are angles that form a straight line. So these two angles, angles 1 and angle 2, this yellow angle from here to here, and this green angle from here to here, together they form this straight line. So angle 1 and 2 are supplementary. They form a straight line. They add up to 180 degrees. And lastly, complementary angles. If you have an angle with this little box here, that means it is a right angle. It is a 90-degree angle. If it is made up of two angles that form that right angle, like in this case, this angle 1 right here, and this angle 2 right here, this green and yellow angle form this 90-degree angle. So they would be called complementary angles. So rewind if you need to, but tell me angle 1 and 2, are they adjacent? Are they vertical angles? Are they supplementary angles? Are they complementary angles? I'll tell you there are two correct answers.